Hello, happy Facebook land. This is Chris Pickard at Body in Balance in Hertfordshire with another episode on Magnificent 7 Health and how you can help save the NHS by both applying what I'm going to be talking about and sharing this with others. Last week, in part of the MI365 group, which I really actively encourage everybody to join to, again, help improve the health and well-being of the entire nation, I was asked to really talk about two things, and I vote that, great. Let's see. Am I back? Aha! Okay, am I back? It all froze there. Okay, so don't know quite what happened there. Hello Jackie, hello Claire, hello Mandy, hello Lisa. So I will briefly recap there because I don't know quite what happened. My screen completely froze. So what was it? Yeah, so I was asked, could I speak about sleep or could I speak about energy? And then at the beginning of the week, my friend in America, Mindy, she's doing a whole series this week on energy. And I thought, you know what, now is actually a really good time to actually talk about sleep and energy because they really go together really, really well. Okay, so first of all, if you are a friend of mine, you'll see that I do share some of Mindy's videos. This week she's doing all about energy. So I'm going to briefly summarize what she said on Monday, but then I'm going to go in about how sleep and energy all comes together. Hopefully I am not frozen at the moment. Hopefully I've unfrozen. Okay, so in Mindy's first broadcast, she went through 5 major things to fix to get your energy better, which is getting your blood sugar balanced, getting your adrenal glands, which give you your adrenaline and your get up and go, fixing your mitochondria, which are the powerhouses of your cells, balancing your nervous system, and lowering cortisol being one of your stress hormones. Now the thing is though, that if you're not getting enough sleep, I mean, you can have an amazing diet, you can do all kinds of amazing things, you can have this all balanced, your adrenals can be fine, but if you have, a number of bad nights sleep, which often can come from these problems, then you're going to have very low energy. So it's very important that if you're not sleeping, and it's just because you've got bad habits, so if your sleep is from bad habits, then start sleeping because that's your biggest bang for your buck to get more energy and to actually help with all of these, because poor sleep habits is going to affect all of these. And also, if thank you Lisa, thank you, but also a lack of energy or not doing energy, so they all interact with one another, so it's very, very important. So watch Mindy's for how she works with all of these, but basically the thing that works on all of these things, pretty much, is exercise. Exercise and breathing and eating. You get those right, fix all of these, including sleep, and you give yourself more energy. For sugar, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you know that get rid of grains, get rid of sugars, start intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting will help with your sugar balance, so you don't have highs and lows. It's also true mitochondrial therapy as well. And as you combat sugar and you get rid of insulin, you're also going to combat and lower cortisol. Now, exercise pretty much is best thing for balancing sugar. Low level of exercise helps your adrenal glands, it helps produce more mitochondria, it helps balance your nervous system, and it also helps lower cortisol when you do it in the right amounts. It's when you're doing too much exercise you start stressing out the system. So let's say you've got pretty low energy and you're not sleeping very well. This is what I'd recommend you do to start getting the system working better. is you want to start using some breathing techniques, because breathing has an effect on all of these, because it lowers stress, it balances your nervous system. There's two parts. There's your sympathetic get up and go nervous system that drives you, and then there's your rest and relaxation nervous system. And I'm going to teach you a breathing technique that's going to help balance either one of those, bring them back, or help focus on balancing one more than the other. Mitochondria, I'm going to tell you how breathing will actually help your mitochondria, and of course it affects sugar, it affects adrenals as well. So this is what you need to start doing if you're chronically tired and low energy and you want something that is in your control. You don't need to go out and buy some vitamins and minerals, because again, you could have low energy or sleep problems because you're lacking a vast array of different nutrients and you're looking for a magic bullet, and you might get a magic bullet with a vitamin pill, or Ganoderma, for instance, because that has all kinds of effects, or taking some protein powder, detox programs. These all affect all of this, and in extreme circumstances we do need to look deeper. But this is something that's in your control. Can you breathe? Can you breathe? This is how we're going to start. Okay, alternate nostril breathing, and doing this 5 to 10 times a day. Very, very simple. What you do is you block one nostril and you breathe in through it, then you unblock the other one and you breathe out through that, and then you breathe in through the one and you breathe out, and you keep on doing this backwards and forwards. So do this for 10 or 20 breaths. Or you could even just try breathing in and out through one nostril, in and out through the other nostril, for 10 breaths on each nostril. Try both techniques, because you might find that one actually feels a little bit different from the other. And trying to get your in breath and your out breath the same length of time is really good. Trying to aim around sort of 5 or 6 seconds for each in and each out breath. So that each in is 6 seconds, each out is 6 seconds. Okay, and this is called coherent breathing, which I'm mixing with alternate nostril breathing. And doing this multiple times a day has a number of effects, because when you breathe through your nose, you increase something called, you can't see it, NO. So the first N is for nostrils, NO is for nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a very, very, very important signaling molecule in your entire body. It's great for the brain. If you don't have high enough levels of nitric oxide in parts of your brain with the right kind of nitric oxide, you can't actually fall asleep. Yet you also need nitric oxide to dilate your blood vessels. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Sally. You also need nitric oxide to dilate your blood vessels, which relaxes blood pressure, but it allows better flow of oxygen through your body to your periphery, so it gives you more energy. You also need nitric oxide for your immune system. You also need it for your detoxification pathways, but also the right type and amount of nitric oxide increases what's called mitochondrial biogenesis, which basically means it increases the amount of mitochondria that there are. But you've got to have it in the right high amounts. A lot of people have far too low, and in times of stress you have too much, which is a problem. So you want to calm everything down and get the right amount of nitric oxide. And you can do this by breathing through your nose. Then you can increase it. Okay, and this is where it helps balancing the nervous system. Alternate nostril breathing is one of the things that helps balance your nervous system. But after you've done that, what you want to do is something else. You want to move your spine, some gentle exercise, because the thing that really drives your brain and charges you up is your body's like a dynamo. So if you're lacking energy, you need to wind up your dynamo, which is exercise, because when you exercise, it gives you more energy. I mean, have you ever sat down all day and felt fatigued and tired at the end of the day, both mentally and physically? Yet you can go out walking all day, yet you don't actually feel so mentally tired. You actually feel a bit energized. If you just hold, you can't really see this, but if I was just holding a weight, hello, at the end of my arm, still like this, after a while I'd get fatigued. But if I was turning my arm up and down and moving and changing what I'm doing, I could hold my hand there for longer. So movement, yeah, yoga's good, but what we want is dynamic motion because it's the movement positions. I mean, yoga is good, any kind of exercise is great, but this is something simple to do multiple times a day. You want to move your spine in every direction. You want to gently bend it backwards, gently bend it forwards, gently bend it one way, gently bend it the other way. Twist your head and your neck and your shoulders gently and slowly each direction. Do each movement 5 to 10 times. These are called spinal hygiene exercises. I'll put a link to my videos on here so you can just have a look at them, but it's pretty simple, straightforward. You can even Google them as well, spinal hygiene. So that's what the SH. So nostril breathing helps boost nitric oxide, spinal hygiene, and of course intermittent fasting. I think that's where I got to when I was interrupted. Intermittent fasting helps balance blood sugar. When you decrease sugars like cereals, bread, rice, this is going to help bring the whole system under control. So intermittent fast, alternate nostril breathing, and spinal hygiene. And try and do the alternate nostril breathing and the spinal hygiene 5 times a day. Nice and gentle. Get up, gently start moving. Now, once you start feeling that that's okay, it's not fatiguing you, you can start increasing the amount of exercise you're doing. You can start doing more vigorous exercise. You can start doing something like Tabata training, or something that has been shown to really improve mitochondrial respiration, and it will affect everything else as well, is you get on an exercise bike and you exercise for 3 minutes. Well, it might be 4 minutes. For 4 minutes, exercise for 4 minutes at about 90% of your maximal heart rate, then rest for 3. And you just repeat that 4 times. So it's 4 lots of 4 minutes with 3 minutes in between. And you do that 3 times a week, and walking a few times a week. And after a few weeks, you're going to have so many more mitochondria, especially if you bring in the breathing and the spinal hygiene on a daily basis. Just doing that alone is going to help. Get out and start walking, especially if you can get outside in some sunshine, because sunshine has an effect not just on vitamin D levels, which helps decrease inflammation. Getting out in the greenery, it helps your brain produce some of the right chemicals you need, which will help you have energy and then help you fall asleep as well. As you start exercising more, you will create more energy, and it's easier to fall asleep because you tire yourself out, which is strange because a lot of people can't actually fall asleep because they don't tire themselves out in the day. And also a lot of people can't fall asleep because they don't actually have enough energy to fall asleep, because you heal then. Things work differently. So hopefully you're going to start doing those, but I'm going to get back to balancing the nervous system and some other breathing techniques that will really help you. Okay. Now, I spoke about breathing in and out the same length of time and alternating nostrils. What you can also do is you can, if you're really sort of hyper, you've got loads and loads and loads and loads of energy, but you can't sleep, you need to start really getting more parasympathetic activated, which is the part of your nervous system that allows you to rest, relax, and heal. So what you want to start doing is breathe out for longer than you breathe in. And one way to do this, okay, for those of you who are in my 365 and saw Pete yesterday omming, this is great, is hum. When you hum, when you breathe out, so make sure it's through your nose, not through your mouth. It actually slows down the out breath. So breathe in slowly and breathe out. Slows down the out breath. And this helps activate, when you're breathing out, it helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system. When you breathe in, it helps activate your sympathetic nervous system. But you find it's much harder to breathe in slow and breathe out fast. So breathe out slowly. Thank you very much. Breathe out slowly and hum while you're doing it. Now, and this is something that I've just found purely by accident. Some researchers have found that when you hum, you increase the nitric dioxide that is formed in your nasal cavities 15-fold. So as you're humming, as you're breathing out, yes, you're getting lots of nitric oxide, but so when you breathe back in again, you're actually going to get a big extra hit of nitric oxide into your body, into your lungs, which gets into your bloodstream, which will circulate, get into your brain, everywhere. So humming, not only does it allow you to increase the out breath, so you activate your parasympathetics. It increases nitric oxide. So even if you're breathing in the same and out the same, hum if you can, because you're going to increase nitric oxide levels very, very easily, very efficiently, just doing 10 breaths. Another way to help balance your nervous system is when you breathe through the right nostril, it seems to have slightly more of an effect whether you're breathing in or out. So remember, breathing in activates the sympathetics, but breathing in and out through your right nostril, or just breathing through your right nostril, has more an effect on revving up your sympathetic nervous system. Just breathing through your left nostril has more of an effect on your parasympathetic nervous system. So if you're really sluggish, it might be actually, again, try just breathing in and out through just your right nostril for 10 breaths. See how you feel, and just do that for a few days. Just practice 10 breaths, 5-10 times a day, just breathing in through one nostril, the right nostril, to rev you up, and see how that feels. Although very often people are tired because they've been overstressed and they've been oversympathetic. So I would always start by the alternate breathing and doing that for at least, trying all these things for at least a week before you start messing around with just one nostril breathing. Okay? Although for sleep, what you can do just try breathing in and out through your left nostril for a little bit, breathing out longer, humming, practicing your mantras as well. So these things all have amazing effects and helping to bring balance to sleep and energy. Simple, effective, and in your control. So give those a go, and as you find that a little bit of exercise is good, step up the exercise a little bit at a time. Improve your diet, get more fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, good fats, decrease all the bad carbohydrates, which is pretty much all of them, and try changing things. Okay, all right. So if you know anyone that's having sleep problems or energy problems, or if you just thought that today's stuff was absolutely invaluable, get it out there, please share it. And if you have a problem, you can give us a call at bodyimbalanceuk.com on 01707 662 704. Be well, be magnificent, save the NHS.